Welcome back to another episode of The Natty Teacher. I'm, of course, your host, The Natty Teacher. Today, we got our Pull B session, okay? This is our very much so heavily lat-biased pull session. So essentially, we are, doing a lot of exercises where we are pulling weight or working within ranges of motion that are up and down rather than, across, so to speak. So this is more of a vertical pulling session. So we'll have pull-ups, pull downs, stuff like that. I will say out of the two pull sessions that I have, this one is the more efficient of the two, put it that way. Like in Monday's session, we have a lot of rowing exercises. I would say the loads are a little bit more challenging to work with in certain ranges of motion on my Monday session. This one is more of, again, I don't want to say I go in there and do a pump workout because that is just absolutely not the case. We are very much so going to challenge ourselves, and progressively overload these exercises. But I will say that this one, because of, what's a good way to word it? Because of how specific of a muscle group we are trying to more tailor our training towards today, the lats, this one, it does rely very, very much so on the mind-muscle connection. I mean, all your workouts should, for sure. Absolutely. So I don't want to just word it like that where it's like, oh, my other ones, I just go in there and move weight and then whatever. This one I really connect with. No, that's not the case. But we are trying to hit one really specific part of the back, of course, with some other back, muscles involved in some of the exercises, no doubt. So this workout does very much so rely on that connection just as much, if not slightly more than some of my other workouts, I would say. I'm really trying to tailor this workout again towards the lats. So we're going to really focus on that tempo, really focus on control, but of course progressively get stronger and stronger as we move on. I do have a couple different variations of exercises since my last training cycle that we're throwing in today. So that'll be cool. That'll be fun. We do have a little bit of variation here as we are in our second 6-week training cycle, post-show 6-week training cycle. So, again, very similar ranges of motion and similar exercises to what we've done in the past, just different, maybe a little bit slightly different variations, different angles, stuff like that. Make it a little more interesting, experiment with it, try it out, and see how we like it. So, first exercise you guys will catch me doing is we will have some neutral grip pull-ups. Okay, so again, neutral grip meaning that we'll have our hands in this position instead of like out like this. We will have them in like this. And again, try to drive those elbows through the lats and really get a nice full range of motion, get a really good squeeze in the back, all that kind of fun jazz. So we'll do a little mobility work, get a little pump going in the upper body, try to get everything nice and loosened up. And I will catch you guys at the top set of those neutral grip pull-ups coming at you right about now. All right, first exercise on the docket, we got a neutral grip assisted pull-up. Now, I'll tell you what, man, my pull-ups, even as my weight has slowly started to climb up here in the off season, my pull-ups have actually gotten stronger. That's one exercise, as weird as it may sound, but it totally makes sense when you think about it. The pull-ups are one exercise where in your off season, you might actually get not necessarily weaker, but maybe not progress super, super high. Reason being, your body weighs more. So when your body weighs more, it means you're having to pull up more weight, even with assistance. So it has to balance out a little bit. But this one, I've slowly been able to still creep up. So we're only using about 25 pounds. Well, not even about. We're using 25 pounds of assistance here for 2 working sets. Again, trying to keep this in that 8 to 12 or so rep range. I believe we did a top set of 12 and then did a following set of 10. It's either 12 or 13 for this top set. I think 12, and then a second set of 10 here. So again, right within that range that we want. Again, we're trying to drive those elbows through the lats, get a nice good stretch, get that nice full range of motion, and go from there. So this was a tough exercise for sure. Definitely a humbling one, but a great way to get this the back portion of this pull workout started. So again, 2 sets there. It's all you need if you do it correct, baby. All right, now, a little bit of a twist compared to what we've been doing recently, but it is the same concept, lat pull down, but we are doing it with one of the mag grips, or I should say the off-brand mag grips that my gym has, but these things honestly are phenomenal. Okay, I don't know, I would give a shout out to whatever brand this is, as my voice cracks there. I don't know what brand it is, but it is based on the mag grips for sure. So felt really good. We did top set of 13 and then 3 to the chin. So we did 13 pulling it to the chest, really emphasizing that stretch at the top, bringing it all the way down to the chest, and then we did 3 reps to the chin. Okay, so felt really good, felt nice and strong. If anything, I probably was, I don't want to say pulling it too low, but I could have probably pulled it a little bit higher into the chest. It was challenging, but that's kind of something I'm doing. Again, I can't take credit for it. I've been getting it from Jared Feather, just a little bit of an additional intensity builder when I kind of run out of steam and can no longer comfortably pull the bar down to the chest. I will do a few reps to the chin, which still feels very difficult. So you'll see there's my first one. There's the second one. Okay, and in control too, don't just yank it down to the chin. And then there's the last one there. So again, 2 working sets there. We did the same weight for our second set as well there, and I did a couple reps to the chin as well on that set. Then we have a 1-arm lat pull down. What we're trying to do here though is we're keeping the hands slightly supinated, meaning that the palms are kind of not fully, but pretty close to pointing straight up directly at the ceiling. Sorry, I had a bunch of notifications on my phone pop up right there. I was trying to read and talk at the same time. I cannot multitask. Tell you what. But again, we're driving this elbow down through the lower portion of the lat. Use a load in which you can, control, but you want to challenge yourself on this one. Again, you don't have to do some crazy, ridiculous range of motion. If anything, on these last few reps here, I was getting a good range of motion, but again, we're really trying to just keep that elbow slightly, pretty close to the body, not completely tucked in, and just picture driving that elbow through the lat. I don't know a better cue forth than that. So we did 2 working sets there. We did do a back off set with that one. So it was like a top set of, I think, 12 or 13, and then a back off set of, I think, 18 after that. So then we have a 1-arm lat row here. This is a machine lat row. This one, again, keeping that elbow slightly, pretty close to the body, pretty tucked, but not quite like 90 degrees perfectly tucked. So again, just driving that elbow straight back and driving it through the lat. We don't have to drive that elbow super far, if anything, behind the body. That's not the goal here. We're just trying to line it up with the side of our body, as my cat is jumped up right next to me here. She's got done eating. So again, drive that elbow right through the lat, kind of lean into each side of the body too. You can absolutely do it sitting straight up and down, but I would recommend, just for ease of use and actually being able to connect a little bit more, me personally, that is, maybe it won't work for you, but for me it did. I would lean into whatever side you're working. So we did 2 sets there, and then that was it for back. I mean, logically, the rear delts are, of course, on the back part of the body, but I consider this more of a shoulder movement. It's a great debate topic, but I believe this was my 3rd working set of rear delt flies. I kind of cruised through the first 2. We did up the weight about 20 pounds from our first pull session, kind of kept the reps closer to that like 10 to 15 rep range rather than that 12 to 20 rep range. It felt really good. So again, get a nice control. We're not trying to drive the elbows behind the body. We're trying to drive them parallel to the side of the body, get a nice squeeze in the back, and then a nice, controlled, retraction in, and let it rest in that fully stretched position or fully lengthened position as well. This is definitely an exercise where if I rack it here, just because that lactic acid buildup, I will absolutely keep going for a second. So I guess you can kind of consider this very slight rest pauses, because I don't do like a 20-second break. I'll do like a 5 or 10-second break, if that, and get a few more reps here. So again, yeah, this was my 3rd working set here. I kept everything between that 10 to 15 rep range or so. Okay. Anyways, now on to biceps. John Jewett, my man. Company clutch. Again, I got to give credit where credit is due. I can't take credit for this one. Some cable hammer curls. So essentially, you're going to take a step or 2 out from the actual pulley and from the cable tower. I have the pulley positioned on the 3rd hole from the bottom, so I would recommend somewhere between that 2nd and 4th hole from the bottom, depending on how tall you are or short you are, of course. But again, it's just really a hammer curl here. We're doing 1 arm at a time here. I'm just using the actual cable itself with like the clip, so I don't have like a rope or anything. You can definitely do that, but for me, I'm trying to keep that elbow essentially glued to the side of my body for the most part, allowing it to move ever so slightly, but really just trying to curl up that weight, really hit the brachialis hard, brachialis, however you want to pronounce it, that upper part of the forearm, and that bicep overall thickness with this exercise. So phenomenal exercise. 3 sets here, all between that again, I believe 10 to 15 rep range or 8 to 15 rep range. This one we went really heavy. 1 arm cable curls here,
one arm cable curls here. There we go. We were using 60 pounds for this one. We did 3 working sets between that 6 and 10 rep range. We did our top set of 10 here, follow-up set of 8, and then last set of 6 is the heaviest. I don't know if maybe the heaviest I've ever gone on this exercise, or dang close. Felt really good though. So this one, again, we're making sure that elbow in a stretch position is behind the side of the body, and then bringing it up, allowing it to move forward ever so slightly, but don't scoop the weight up. So don't like pull that elbow way forward. You know, we're curling the weight just like you would with a dumbbell. So curl the weight, don't scoop the weight out, and put a ton of tension in your shoulder. You shouldn't feel your shoulders in this movement whatsoever. So again, 3 working sets here. Felt awesome. Sweet pumps out of this one, and feeling great, man.
Pull B session. Woo! In the books. Great stuff, man. Oh, my camera's all out of focus here. There we go. Now we got it. Probably just because of the light there. Man. Phenomenal stuff. I'll tell you what, man, definitely feeling some of that inflammation, some of that water drop off from, you know, lessening my surplus a little bit. That's been a really big help. My energy feels increased as far as, you know, in the gym goes. Pumps are better. I don't look as like blurry and soft and all that kind of stuff. I could tell I was just holding way too much water, you know, this past weekend. And, you know, I was in too much of a surplus. Had too much off-plan stuff, was in too much of a surplus. And, you know, now lowering that surplus to something a little bit more reasonable, where I'm actually getting those hunger cues back, meaning that I'm actually getting hungry, you know, for my meals. Like for a while there, I was literally just not even hungry to eat, which is relatively normal for a bulking phase, but definitely don't want that for too long of a consistent period of time. But yeah, it feels good, man. Digestion's back on track. Body feels good. Energy feels good. Everything feels good, man. It was a great workout. Awesome pumps. I can already see, and this is just a really nice thing for me. And again, I already told you guys I will be starting to upload more physique stuff. I mean, it's tough for me in the mornings, man, because that's when I actually have my camera out and I'm like cruising. Like I'm already running late to get home for my wife. So it's like I'm just cruising in the mornings, you know. I'm like going, so I don't have time to just run into the bathroom and just, you know, run through some poses or something like that. Like I just literally do not have the time. So it's just one of those things where, you know, gotta do what we gotta do. But I will definitely start uploading more posing material for you. I can already see those lats starting to fill out more, which is nice, getting a lot denser, you know, starting to hang a little bit better, so that's cool. Yeah, man, I'm stoked. It's awesome. That was a phenomenal workout. So anyways, tomorrow join me for our leg B session. Will look slightly different-ish, not anything super crazy, but will look a little bit different. I'm excited to go back to some of my old school exercises I haven't done in a little while. We're doing regular barbell RDLs tomorrow. You know, I'm excited to, you know, it'll be a fun hamstring and glute workout for sure. Again, few differences in the training tomorrow, but not anything super crazy for this 6-week training cycle. A lot of the same exercises, minus 1 or 2. You know what I mean? Maybe in when like flipped out with 1 or 2. So yeah. Anyway, so join me tomorrow for that leg B workout. Again, if you guys got any feedback or questions, drop them down in the comments below. Make sure you like and share this video. If you have not subscribed, please make sure you do subscribe. It really does help the channel out a lot as we continue to grow and move forward. I definitely want to make sure that I am attracting new people to our audience and to our little Natty teacher family here. So again, that feedback piece for my consistent viewers, if there's things that you guys want to see, please make sure that you drop that down in the comments below. Don't be afraid to leave a comment, even if it's like constructive criticism type of stuff where it might not, but it's like, oh, I don't know if I should leave this because it's not, I don't want to make anybody upset. It won't, I promise. You know, I really just want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the material you want to see. Again, I've taken some of the feedback into account and, you know, into heart already. So I will definitely make sure to appease some of the feedback I've gotten for sure in the near future. But anyways, again, join me tomorrow for that leg B workout. But for today, I am the Natty teacher, and school and this road to Natty Pro episode is out. Nunzo. Finito. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. It's about